Hi, welcome back. In this video and the next set of videos, I'll be talking about some basic procedures in SAS. SAS procedures or procs allow you to perform a specific operation or a specific set of operations. For example, if you want to sort your data, you would use proc sort. If you want to print your data, you would use proc print. If you want to create a frequency table from your data, you would use proc freq. If you want to create reports, you guessed it, you would use proc report. And there are some basic statistics on your data set. To get basic statistics, you might use proc means or proc summary or proc univariate. If you wanted to do, say, regression analysis, then you'd use proc reg. To plot your data and visualize it, you might use proc sgplot or proc gplot. So you get it. There are one or more procs to perform an operation on your data. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about proc sort. Proc sort is a simple procedure that allows you to sort your data in using one or more variables. Additionally, we will look at options in proc sort to remove duplicate records from your data. Finally, I will introduce you to some dataset options that you can use to subset the observations and columns in your data. These dataset options, the ones I'm going to talk about, are where, keep, and drop, are universal and they're applicable to all procedures and data steps. So let's look at some examples. First, let us look at the dataset from the SAS help library that we will use to demonstrate proc sort. This dataset is called SAS help.class. First, I use proc print procedure to print the data to review it. So let's quickly look at the procedure. It's got proc print, which are the keywords, followed by data equal to, which is the input data for proc print, and the data set name sashelp.class. Simple. This is the very basic form of proc print. And when I run it, let me make this bigger. When I run that, I see that it has name, sex, age, height, and weight. So 5 variables and 19 observations. So that's a good size data set to demonstrate proc sort. And there's different age groups. There's male, female, and then it does look like the name has been already sorted. It's already sorted on the name. At least it looks like it. Okay, so I want to look at proc contents on this data set so that we can, this gives us information about the data set and we can use that to compare how that information changes after proc sort procedure is run on it. Okay, so let's run that. Okay, so here you see the data set name is class. It's got 19 observations, 5 variables. And an important thing to note, sorted is no, meaning it's not sorted by default. And then it shows you all the variable names, right? Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to run the proc sort procedure, our first one, finally. So the keyword proc sort for the procedure, data equal to, and what do you provide after that? The input data set name. I want to sort SAS help.class, and out equal to is where do you want to write out the sorted data set? Where do you want where do you want to write it out? So I'm going to read it from sashelp.class, and the output is going to be saved in a data set called class, which is, since I've not specified a library name, it's going to write it in work library. Okay, and then by sex, in the sense that I want to sort it using the variable sex. Okay, so notice if you go back, sorry, let me run this proc print one more time without the sort. So you can see that it's male, female, female, male, and so on. It's all jumbled up. So I want to sort it by that variable sex and store it in class. So let me run that now, and you can see the output of that. So now, instead of male, female, female, male, whatever, however it was in the original data set, I have all the female students first, and then I have the male students in alphabetical order. Okay. Now, if I run proc contents on the output data set, because it's a sorted data set, we will see that now it says sorted equal to yes. And also you will see that at the bottom, there is sort information. It tells you what it's sorted on. It's sorted by one variable sex. Okay. I can also use multiple variables to sort. So I can sort by sex and then also by age as second variable. So if I do that, now I have F and then I have 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14. And I'm also sorted on age. First variable I'm sorted on is the sex, and the second one I'm sorted on age, and then the males are also sorted. So I can have multiple variables for my sort group. And I can also sort descending. So I want to sort by sex, and but I want to have age in descending, so descending age. And notice I have not provided an out equal to class. If you don't provide the out, the input data set itself is sorted and stored. Okay, so here we go. I have work.class, and it's sorted by sex followed by descending values of age, okay, within that group. Okay, then we have an option called no loop key in the proc sort statement. What it does is, here I have proc sort data equal to class by sex, no loop key. First let's run it and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I only see two records, one for female and one for male. So what it does is it sorts it as usual, and for that group, in this case that value of the group, which is F for female and M for male, it keeps the topmost record, and that's it. um, so that's why you see two records here. The other records in that group, F and M, are discarded. And I can also do this by multiple values for the by group. So I'm doing by sex and age, so I'm going to get one record for each combination. Let's take a look at that. So now for F11, I have the first record. F12, I've kept the first record, and so on. So for the combination, I'm keeping the first records now, instead of keeping only one record for F and one record for M. Okay. Um, Finally, I want to show here. So when I do this, when I do the no loop key, it keeps only the first record in the out equal to data set name, right? What if I want to also look at what was discarded, the second, third, and the fourth values in that by group? Then I have an option called dupe out and provide a data set name. And that data set will now contain all the other values that was not included in the class 1 data set here, which was my out equal to data set. So I have class 1, which is my out equal to data set, and I have uh, by by sex and age, I said no loop key, which means it's only going to keep the first values. And then the rest of the values, the duplicate values, went here. So the second value for F12 came here. The second record for F13 came into this, and so on. Okay. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about some dataset options. This really has nothing to do with proc sort per se. It is applicable to any procedure that you want to use it, and or also any data step, because these are data step options. You put these options against the data step. The first one we're going to do is we're going to subset the data only for records where age equal to 12. So this is how you do it. You put a parenthesis after the data set name, a parenthesis, and then you say where equal to, and within brackets your condition, age equal to 12 and sex equal to M. You can do multiple conditions. Okay, so let me run this and show you. So now I've only kept the records where age equal to 12. Okay, so that's subsetting the rows. I can also, instead of keeping all the information in the output, I don't want 5 columns, I only want 3 columns, let's say. I can subset the columns as well. And you can use keep equal to. Within the same parenthesis that contains the where equal to, you provide other options. Keep is one of them. Keep says only keep those variables, only write those variables out to the PDV. Because I'm putting this on the input data set, it will only read those those variables into the PDV. Okay, so let me run that. Okay, so I don't think this has a parenthesis. That's probably what this is. Let me take this off and run it again. Okay, so we did some live debugging there. I had extra parentheses around the variables for keep equal to statement, and I didn't need it. So that's what that error was about. But now you can see that um, there are three columns that have been kept, and this keep equal to acts against the input data set. Therefore, only these variables are read into the PDV. Now I can also have the drop equal to statement. And let's say in my output data set, I don't want drop. While I'm reading this X as part of my input data set, and because I'm sorting by sex, I need to have it in the variables that I read from the input data set, but I don't want to write it to my output data set. So I can put a drop statement or a drop option against my output data set. So this is a data set option, remember? So I put it against the output data set and I can run that. And now I've dropped age from my output data set. I only have two columns. So as you can see, this is kind of additive. I keep only the first three columns from the input data set and I drop sex from the output data set. So I only have two columns remaining. So that's all I had for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.